Hello and welcome to Angry Andy Reviews, and this is my review for Poor Things.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy. Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews.
Angry Andy.
Angry Andy Reviews. Angry Andy Reviews.
Don't make me destroy you.
Okay, so Poor Things is a dark black comedy drama starring Emma Stone, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. He, again, forgive me for butchering people's names over the last couple of weeks. He's previously directed The Favourite, which featured, again, Emma Stone and Olivia Colman, and also The Lobster from 2015, which was a very bizarre movie in itself. With both those films in mind, you can pretty much surmise the kind of crazy sort of landscapes and visuals that we'll get in this film, but that is not where the film sort of makes you question things. Poor Things is a very, very wild film. I did not know much about it coming into this film, except for, who directed it and who was in it. I did not know what the film was about whatsoever, and to be fair, it is wild, it is very, very weird. There is some things in there that might shock viewers, and I think that is evidential, having looked at some of the audience sort of reaction. I haven't looked really too much at the critical reviews, but the audience sort of reaction is very, very mixed. There's a lot of high praise for it, and there's a lot of people going, what on earth was that? Fundamentally, Emma Stone is absolutely superb in this film. In fact, the entire cast is superb in this film. You have Willem Dafoe, who is a superb character actor. We all know who he is. We all know his face. We all know his capabilities. And he is absolutely superb in this film yet again. And then we've got Mark Ruffalo. Bloody brilliant in this film. Again, a wonderful character actor who, whenever he does something like this, it's an absolute treat to watch. And here is no different. All the actors commit to what is a very weird, very bizarre, and to be quite honest with you, a very, very erotic film. There are a lot of moments in this film, and this is where a lot of people may tune out straight away from the film. Within the first half an hour, we are subjected to, we are treated to, if you want to use such a phrase, to some absolute intense sexual scenes. Make that as you will, but be warned, it's right the way through this film. It's rampant through this film, but it all plays as part of the character. It's not just there for gratuitous sake. Emma Stone's character is essentially, without spoilers, it is within the plot lines, she is brought back to life by a brilliant doctor who is Godwin Baxter. That's Willem Dafoe in this film. Bella is eager to learn. She's hungry to experience the world outside, and part of that comes to fruition when she runs off with Mark Ruffalo's character, Duncan Wedderburn, who is a really, really debauched lawyer, played incredibly slick by Mark Ruffalo. It's superb. And they journey across numerous continents throughout the world. Bella does not experience any prejudices. She doesn't understand polite society, which is a key phrase that pops up throughout the film. She doesn't understand it. She doesn't engage with it, and instead becomes steadfast in her purpose to experience all aspects of life, and that includes a rather intense sexual awakening. There you go. Essentially, the film is a version of Frankenstein's monster, with Emma Stone being Frankenstein's monster, and the comedy is permeated throughout that, and it's very, very intense comedy that's meant to link in and be a juxtaposition to what we see and what we experience of Bella's experiences. What works for me fundamentally in this film is that the fucking writing and the dialogue is absolutely fucking superb. It is on point. Every single aspect of the writing, every single aspect of the dialogue, which just infuses the characters, is spectacular. It's absolutely spectacular. Given the film is so intense visually, and with what we are made to experience and made to watch, you needed something which is absolutely on point in the writing, in the dialogue, in the characterizations. Because I think if this film had been any less within that, people would have tuned out a lot more. People would have walked away from this film a lot more. Surprisingly, given that the film engages in some very intense sexual activity, I expected more people to walk out the cinema. Not a single person left. In point of fact, even though this film is incredibly dark, the comedy elicited some of the biggest laughs I've seen in a cinema for a very long time. And whether that's awkward laughter, which this film does play to, whether that's genuine hilarity. And there were some moments where I absolutely friggin' enjoyed. But again, it's because the power of the writing, it's because the power of the dialogue, the visual cues, the visual sight gags. Some of the dialogue from Emma Stone, who plays, as though she's learning language as she goes along, and as the film progresses, she becomes more and more eloquent as she understands language and diction. In the early stages of the film, there are some absolutely superb moments where she's grasping things almost like a toddler and reacting to things like a toddler. The honest bluntness of a toddler, and we get it in spades, and it's hilarious. And then we get treated to troubling imagery. We get treated to her character wanting to become a prostitute. It's a truly bizarre film, but suffice to say, I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed this film. I think it's a challenging film, no doubt. It's very long. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Again, when you consider the subject matter, that could be very intense for some viewers. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed it. It's not just the surface, the dialogue either. The visuals, the setting, the world in which this film takes place is very, very much a Victorian England, but it's on par with like a steampunk Victorian England. The visuals are all odd and bizarre. It's almost like a weird painted tapestry from some crazy artist. All the backdrops are intense with colour and vibrancy, and they reflect the journey that we go on in this film, as does everything that Bella experiences and her changing dynamic through the film. So it all works together to create this unsettling, jarring landscape, this jarring world, and yet we're grounded completely by Emma Stone's character, Bella, even though it's absolutely ridiculous. It works so very well. It's really, really well done. And what I liked more than anything about this film is the fundamental commitment from absolutely everybody involved. This film wouldn't work, as I've said before, it wouldn't work half as well if even one single member of the cast wasn't completely on board, wasn't completely sold on the idea of the bizarreness, the strangeness of this world, and just where it goes is completely unexpected at times. But in its comedy, there are challenging, sinister moments, and there are a few moments where you will think, oh God, what is going to happen next? That's part of life. It's a part of her journey in this film as a character, getting to the point where she gets to come the end of the film. So I think I've said everything that I'm going to say with this one. I'm not going to delve into spoilers too much. Suffice to say that it's a really good film. It's a really, really good film. If you're willing to be challenged, if you're willing to subject yourself to some intense imagery, then I would absolutely go and see this film. It is a challenging watch, but a thoroughly rewarding watch as well. And it will be one that elicits conversation between film reviewers and film goers. I'm looking forward to seeing some comments on this, like people's thoughts and opinions. My missus wasn't too keen on the soundtrack. The score, as it were. She wasn't too keen on it. She thought it was a bit too arty, which, yeah, fine, fair enough. There are places where the score was a bit too intense for no reason whatsoever, but again, it all plays as part of the film itself. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this? For this film in particular, my review of this, I'm going to be giving this a 9 out of 10. I absolutely enjoyed this film. Emma Stone is fucking superb in it. A very challenging role. I've seen comments from her in articles about the reasons why certain things happen in this film. And again, I'm not going to go into too many spoilers, but It's a great film. It's a really great film. Superb performance. Best actress, Oscars, very much potential, I think. Camera just jogged there a bit. But yes, I very much enjoyed this film. So a 9 out of 10 for me. Let me know your thoughts on this. Did you enjoy this film? Have you seen it yet? What are your thoughts? What did you think? What did it make you feel? What did it make you experience? Sound off in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please do leave a like on the video. Leave a comment, like I said. And subscribe to the channel for more reviews like this. It's about time I watched something good. Bye-bye.